Happy afternoon, you guys. Hi. Happy afternoon. Thursday. I don't even know the day. What's up, y'all? How are you doing? Hi from Dallas. Okay, so let's start like that. Hey, CWHA. Hello. We are wrapping up a training with them, a 5-day training with them. Yeah, tomorrow is our last day. Where's everybody else chiming in from? So we got hi from Dallas. Let's get some more highs in. Where we are we? So so if we're hey Vegas, come on now. What's going on, Vegas? If you guys are meeting me for the very first time, my name is Tracie. Arkansas, Jersey, upstate New York. What's up, Shernelia? Hey, did your fertility train? Oh, wow, in Chicago. Recently moved to Texas. Wow, that was so long ago. Well, hi, Sunny. Oh, I know you, Sunny. I remember your pretty face. Hey from Florida. What's up, you guys? So if you're meeting me for the very first time, my name is Tracie. I'm the CEO and the founder of the NBDA. Welcome to this platform. Thank you so much for being here. We got a lot going on, y'all, but this is not the time to talk about us. I want to talk about y'all. Where are you guys at? What are you doing? What's new? How is anybody in the birthing field? Does anyone have any questions about the birthing field? What's up, DMV? Hey, Kay. Kay, where are you? Oh, right, Wisconsin and Mexico, child. We're not going to talk about Mexico right now. Hi from Chicago. I love Chicago. I absolutely love Chicago. Like, I really love Chicago. Is one of my favorite cities. Do I have a favorite city in the U.S.? It used to be Atlanta. But when I say I absolutely love places, of course I would love Oakland because I'm from Oakland. But I would say New Orleans, definitely. Chicago, definitely. Shit, y'all. It ain't many. So when I say I love a place, I do love a place. Not a lot of pregnant people are in my... Oh, in your what, honey? You guys, if you have questions, please make sure you drop them in the chat because I want to make sure I get your questions answered. Yeah. So we got Dallas in the house. Oh, Virginia. Hi, Virginia. I've never been to Virginia. I have never been. Chicago does have the best food. It has really good food. So I'm a huge, huge foodie. And my favorite places to eat are New York, LA, New York, and Chicago, and believe it or not, Chicago and Miami. Miami because that seafood, oh my God, and the Haitian food, oh yes, God. When I tell you everything I ate or eaten in Miami is good. NBA is boring. I signed up for the postpartum and do what are the dates? I don't know. I'm not teaching that class. Uh I don't know. And I'm not on the website and I'm not sitting in my office. So I can't give that exact information. But just go on the website. It's there. It's there. What about New Mexico? Hi, New Mexico. Oh, you're a new. I see you, Tiffany. I just started my doula business and was drop your questions in the chat because I want to get to everybody and was wondering how to go about taking client insurance. Oh, that's a really good question. Come on, Tennessee whiskey. I love it. Please drop your questions in the chat because I don't want in the question box because I don't want the chat to them to get lost in the chat. So how do you go about taking insurance? So one of the things you can do is look to see what programs are in your geographic region and if they're affiliated with any insurance programs and how you can get affiliated with them to be able to offer services. But when you do get associated with an organization in your area to be able to take insurance, you want to make sure, you want to just ask about the contract situation and if they're taking any fees off the top. So, and then another way where you can take direct insurance or take FSA and HSA payments through clients. So people who have, the flexible spending account and the health savings account with their jobs and they have that debit card, the third party payment processor that I know of, more may do it now, but that I use and that I know of was Square Up. So you can get a Square account and then make sure you call them and speak to somebody. Say, I'm a service provider and I want to make sure that I can take FSA and HSA payments for my clients. Can you please approve this for my account? And when you're able to do that, you're able to take clients who use their FSA and HSA accounts to pay for your services. And in doing so, you want to make sure that you provide them with an itemized receipt. Okay? An itemized receipt. And the reason for this is because they're going to need it for their insurance purposes. So it's like, how do you, making sure that you bill them for how much a prenatal visit costs, how much the birth itself is going to cost. Now, the birth itself is going to be the majority of the chunk of what you're billing for, and then any follow-up postpartum appointments. So you want to make sure you list all of the things that you charge them for. So I hope that helped. Nashville nightlife is everything. Oh man, it says okay. I request the right dates off. I know there are going to be some date changes, so send us an email to go on our website, go through the contact us, send us an email, and we want to make sure even if there's any date changes, you can have those fees applied to a date change or to a different class. So your fees wouldn't necessarily be lost. They wouldn't be lost. I saw another question. I told you I'll put the questions in the question box. I gotta book a meeting with you soon. Yeah, that will be great. If I take your classes online, I'll be able to have a mentor in Dallas. So understand the difference between mentorship and shadowing. Our mentors all work online. I keep saying I'm going to open my own mentorship, like not open, but reopen my mentorship program. My mentorship is a little bit different. I do work through our academy, and then business coaching, doula business coaching. So, but mentorship is when people help you not help you, but give you the tools and techniques to build your business so you can learn how to create your business and sustain it and, be able to attract clients. Shadowing is where you can accompany somebody on a birth or meeting with clients, and we don't offer shadowing. And sometimes people do the mentorship and they do shadowing with someone else just so they can get that level of exposure. But when I tell you don't need shadowing, unless you are a midwifery student and you're apprenticing, which is a whole different ball game, you don't need shadowing when it comes to doula work. With doula work, what you need is the right tools to build any business. You need the right tools and support and business coaching or mentorship like that. So I hope that helps to clarify the difference between mentorship and shadowing. Hi, where's everybody at? Where are you guys coming in from? So we have Vegas in the house, Chicago's in the house, New Mexico. We got Virginia. Please drop your questions in the chat. So there's a box at the bottom of the screen that has a question mark there. So make sure you drop your questions in there. So after I take your class, how do I get doula certification? So if you go on our website, you will read the requirements for the doula certification. And mentorship is one of the processes that have to be successfully completed once you've taken the training. Okay. The Academy Lifetime, how do I schedule? Hold on. Let me take this off because now I can't see it. If you're still my mentor. Yes. You would go through, send an email, and Kayla will be able to support you in that. I'm not, because I'm teaching so many, not so many, but I'm in 2 intense private trainings this month. I am not taking any, my appointment time is really limited, because I'm not going to be available again until the end of the month, and then for the very, very beginning of December, maybe like the first week. So, yeah. Yeah. So if you want to get in, you need to just make sure you email Kayla, and so she can, or not email, just email us the main email, and then we can support you in um getting in classes. I mean, a meeting with me. Where else is everybody in from? Let's see. Cleveland. I've never been to Ohio. I have never been to Ohio. I I kind of want to go though. Kind of. Actually, I said, okay, hold on. I'm going backwards. Going backwards. I remember you, Sunny. Okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Thank you for putting your question in the chat too, Kay, because it just kind of helps streamline the conversation. But yeah, so I wanted to hop on here. I'm trying to do better, meeting weekly and coming in weekly to see how everybody is doing, to do a check-in, to answer any questions, to just to also kind of get a gauge of what's happening in the birth world from your perspective. Yeah, we do need to I will be back in Mexico. My mom has an appointment and she has some health issues that I will be supporting her through. And outside of that, I mean, I'm gonna be hitting it. Outside of that, I'm just gonna be hitting it out of the country. So yeah. What was I saying before I lost my train of thought? Hi. Yeah. I don't know. Y'all pray for strength. How we're emerging into the holiday season. How is everybody feeling about that? This year went by really quickly. This year went by so fast, and the older we get, the faster the years go by. But how is everyone feeling with the holiday season emerging? Do you feel like pressure because of the holidays? Do you not care? Are you excited? Like, what is that about? Like, how's everybody doing in that regard? How is, what if any, another thing, any birthing processing questions that you guys have, please feel free to drop them so I can answer them. Sometimes birth scenarios, we need to process them so we can, or maybe something difficult may come up with clients, or in that regard, I want to make sure that I answer those too. I just want to make sure that you guys also know that it's it's a lot, and that you guys always consider the NBDA a resource. Yeah. They're still there? Oh. Somebody asked me too, if I knew in Playa del Carmen, if I knew a doula there, but I did not, because I knew that you were in the northern part of the country. At the time, you were actually in the northern part of the country, and Zaire will be in Canada. She's going to Ghana for a year. Alexis is in Ghana. So I know we have some members in Canada. I'm feeling very mixed this year. What do you mean, Tennessee whiskey? Like, what do you mean? Mixed about the field itself? Hi, Women Mastermind. Are you feeling just, what does it give me more? Or if you want to come on live with me, just let me know and I'll let you in. Or if anybody wants to come on live, just let me know and I'll let you in. I always like to meet people too like that, because it gives you the opportunity to have more of a conversation. So if anybody wants to come on live, just send a request. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Audra. Um, Lovable Ty. Hi, Ty. Um, yeah, I need to know what you mean about mixed. I don't know. I can talk about me. How am I feeling? I don't know. The shit's going fast. This it's going fast, but I just need to get my mother through, and then I'll be. Not that I'm not okay. I'm fine, but hi everyone. Oh yeah, Mazatlan. Yeah. I'll be good. You know. Yeah. I will say this though. Hey E. I will say this. The training in that we are in this week. So the NBDA, not only do we do private trainings, public trainings for people who are just on an ongoing basis, fertility training, birth, fertility, postpartum, and sex and placenta. So our sex doula training is coming up January, and but we also do private trainings for organizations and companies, and so we are in a training this week with CWHA, which is the Caribbean's Health Association in New York. It's a 5-day training designed for perinatal workers, and so it's birth and postpartum. So I'm teaching it, and then I brought in 4 other instructors to teach in the afternoon. And the same thing with Morehouse. I start their training week after next, and it is a very similar program. So if anybody is interested in the Morehouse program, please look at our last, I think I posted last week. I'm in a car, and I got some sunglasses on just to kind of give you guys a view about, just when you're scrolling the page, if you're interested in becoming perinatal workers and you want to be able to go through or get information or be involved in one of the cohorts, because this is not going to be our first time teaching Morehouse. It's a partnership that we have with them. You can join a cohort. I think you probably have to be local to the Atlanta area, but you want to make sure you get all your questions answered. I am currently a medical assistant, but feel called to be a doula and start my own business. I'm just a little nervous about starting a business, having insurance for my family. There it is. And you, yeah, okay. Health insurance is always a main issue, obviously so. And yes, you will have to pay for independent health insurance, but we are in open enrollment right now, and there are some good programs out there to where you can get inexpensive health insurance. So I would just caution you to look into it. I think we're in open enrollment through, I think, the end of the year. So you just want to, at least explore your options. But I will say we don't want to let that be your reason why. And I do say this, you want to let your 9 to 5 be your investor into your business. So just because you start off in the field, you can start off slowly. So you can get your training, and you can start off with more of a schedule if you do postpartum doula work, or if you start just encapsulating for people, or if you start off as a holistic fertility doula. If you take any of the trainings outside, you can take a birth doula training too. You can take all the trainings with us, but you can also just market yourself to where you can still have your own a schedule versus birth doula. You ain't got your schedule is when that baby comes. Okay. Wait. What is this saying? So is it not true that as a doula you can't deliver? I hate the thing. No, a doula is not physical. I'm sorry. It is emotional, informational, and physical support. When you start doing anything in the medical realm, such as taking vital signs, doing cervical exams, fundal support, delivering babies, you are operating outside of the scope of an practice of a doula, and you open yourself up to potential liability. So know that. So if anything happens and anybody gets wind, the parents don't even have to, say anything is wrong, if any authorities get wind that this is happening, you can be charged with practicing medicine without a license. So you want to make sure that you always CYA, which is cover your ass, and don't be doing shit like that unless you hold some other form of licensure. Like, you can be a CNM, or you can be a CPM, or you can be a nurse practitioner. But understand, when you start operating and doing things in the medical realm, and your scope of your work now is under that lens, not the doula work. I hope that made sense. Yeah. So no, hell no, no. And there's a lot of there. Don't. And I know there's a lot of information out there about free birth. I know there's a lot of I know it's out there. I know it's confusing. I completely understand it, and I understand why you would be confused. But doula work is informational, meaning you are giving them a ton of resources. You are providing them access to resources with, pertaining to their birthing situation and scenario within the geographic region, or fertility or postpartum, whatever, or, stillbirth, abortion, and miscarriage. And then physical support, helping them through comfort measures, anything that helps them get comfortable, maintain a level of comfort throughout their process. Physical, informational, and emotional support. Emotional support is self-explanatory. As a birth doula, do you need any type of special insurance to protect yourself? So there is liability insurance that the majority of doulas are carrying. I highly recommend it, especially if you are going into the client's home and offering postpartum support. When I was coming up, now I'm an old G head. There was no insurance in place at the time that was required. But you don't have to have it, but liability insurance is good to have just to cover your business in general. So, and it's not, hi, Ashana, is that my Ashana? Is that Ashana, is that you? But anyway, if it's not, hey, Ashana, hi, African Mother Zion, hey, cauliflower, oh, that is so cute. I love that. Hey, Ray. Is that Miss Too Shy? I don't know. I'm trying to get it together. Okay. As a birth, okay. Do you need insurance? I think I answered all the questions. Oh, okay. Thank you. I was thinking about becoming a midwife. Absolutely, become a midwife. We need more midwives. But in becoming a midwife, in your journey, make sure you look and know what your state regulations and licensing is, which licensing you can obtain by your state, and then finding a school that aligns with your principles, with your from an academic standpoint, and then also your philosophy, what access to resources they have for like scholarship opportunities. And if you have to come up with the funds on your own, making sure that you know full well going in how much it costs. And that way, if payment plans are accepted, like all of the things, know all of the things, and then know like which kind of midwife you want to be. This is one of the things that we teach in our trainings is that, hey, Brandy, one of the things that we teach in our trainings is that, we have the CNM, which is a certified nurse midwife, who also has hospital privileges, y'all. See, that's the difference. A CNM can deliver in or outside of a hospital setting their clients. But if you are a CPM, which is a certified professional midwife, or an LM, which is a licensed midwife, then it depends on your state and any restrictions. Like I know North Carolina is strict. Hey, Lo. North Carolina, there's a lot of restrictions. So just find out what's going on from a legal aspect when it comes to, birthing equality, birthing, like your licensing that you would need to carry, the insurances that you would need to carry, as far as schooling that you would want to do. And especially for people who want to become midwives, because this is the route that I took. I became a doula first. And then I became a midwife. And when I tell you the midwives, because I went and did my whole CPM route, the midwives that they took me more seriously because I had birth training, because I had training as a doula, because I had that actual experience, versus if you coming in blind and like, oh, I want to work with you, I want to apprentice with you, or I want to learn with you, or can you be my preceptor? They're like, you don't know shit. So that means I got to go way back and teach you all of this stuff. And I don't have the time to do that because I got to maintain my business and my clientele and my practice. So if you come in and you have doula experience, you will catch the eye and attention of a midwife much faster. You will be able to get into schooling much easier because you have that level of experience. Do you have to be a nurse first? Absolutely not. If anything, nurses want to become doulas, y'all. Nurses don't want to sit up and do all that paperwork. Nurses don't want to see like 10 patients at one time. Nurses don't want to be on their feet all the time. Nurses are they're great at what they do. I love and respect nurses. I am a champion for nurses. But when I tell you nurses be wanting to do doula work, you know how many nurses I've taught and trained? Like for real. So you don't have to be a nurse first. And they just do all the work and get no credit. The doctor comes in and gets all the damn credit, y'all. Oh, okay. Questions. Okay, drop your questions in the chat. Do you have to be a nurse first? Is a sex doula training in person or online? Let me say this: every training that Tracie is involved in is online, but our sex doula training is online. The sex doula training is 8 weekends. Let me be real clear. So it's 2 months of training, 8 consecutive weekends, 8 consecutive Saturdays. For that training. Oh, girl, you got a long question. Have you ever worked with midwives who have doulas as well? Yes, and yes. I am currently a doula, but maternal health care is my calling, and I want to be able to deliver babies as well because my ultimate goal is to have my own Black birthing center. Okay. Yes, and yes. So with that being said, follow San Antonio Midwife. She's amazing. Let's shout her out. She's amazing. And then of course, Dr. Midwife. I know she's opening her own birth doula clinic, her own birthing practice too. So those are 2 Black owned birthing centers that I know about off the top of my head, but they are out there. Midwives, they'll have some doulas that are a part of their practice, or they will have doulas that they recommend. So absolutely, it is a great way to get, connected and started in the business. What amount of coverage would you suggest? $1 million policy is really cheap. It sounds like a lot. It's not. So for insurance purposes, for liability coverage, you want to have $1 million policy. You can have a $2 million policy. The coverage a month, your monthly cost is going to be, less than $100 a month. It sounds like a lot. It's not a lot. So, but you want to be able to have that coverage. Especially if you are going into the client's homes, you are, doing your prenatal visits, you're doing your postpartum visits, especially for postpartum doulas. I can't stress this enough. I highly recommend getting insurance coverage because you are in their home with their baby. So amongst their things, so you want to make sure that you are covered. All right. Love you too. Whew, y'all asking the questions. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay. Is there doulas inside? So if you are looking for a doula in South Carolina, go on our website. I want to get in touch and have some positive information and steps of shadowing. So you can go on our website to find doulas. Now, let me say this. You want to make sure there's a difference between mentorship and shadowing. Shadowing is when can I accompany you, with your clients and in a birth setting. Mentoring is where you have actual mentorship to help build your business. People meet monthly or weekly or bi-weekly or whatever to meet with you to help give you tools to build your business. There is a difference. So if you go on our website, you will see you can become a member of the NBDA. You can train. Can somebody, if Brandy or Lo is in here, can you just drop our website, please? Thank you so much. Is that my Ashana? Is it Ashana? Is that you? Because I don't. Okay. Anyway, Ashana, I'm gonna pin this. So you can also find doulas. And how do you become a member? How do you get on the directory? You have to join the NBDA if you are a doula and you want your business to be found, if you want to just have an extra layer of credibility. Not that you're not credible if you're with the NBDA, but if you want an extra, it's you, honey. Hi, honey. you want to do the thing. So Ashana and Lo, thank you, Lo. Y'all is on it. Those are my students. Those are the people, some just two ladies that I have trained. They have been with me over the years. Lo, I think you're in your second, at least your second year, and they went through the NBDA Academy. So that means they have like taken the birth doula training, all of the trainings that Tracie or the NBDA has offered, and I'm I'm their doula business coach and their mentor. So they just got it all. Um oh, so let me see. As a CPM, are you only licensed to work in a state? Yes, yes, and yes. So with any licensing that you hold from a midwife, from a midwifery, that licensing is per state. So unless it's something different nowadays, there are no national licenses. It's based on your state. Uh, yeah, we got the plug, y'all. Hi, Doula Ray. You're in your second year. I know you're in your second year, and Ashana has to be in her third. Like when I tell you and let me tell you how I treat my mentees, y'all. I be like, okay, we done met for 3 months. I've given y'all all of my tools so y'all can go out there and be as bad as these doula baddies out there, be these little Tracies out there. And then, and Brandy too. Brandy was in here too. But then they'd be like, Tracie, they'll just like, we need to meet. So, and then they have the opportunity to meet if they need to. But the majority of the time, they good to fly. It's like a mama bird pushing them out of and these ladies are lifetime members of the NBDA because they went through the NBDA Doula Business Academy. Okay. Also, how long did it take for you to get your CPM? Thank you so much for answering these questions. You are absolutely welcome. So for me, for Tracie, so it's going to be very different. I started my doula training, my CPM training back in 2002, and I'm from California. So it took me about 2 years to complete all of the requirements. And so you have to have all of the requirements met. Like there was a list of requirements and catches. Okay, so catches meaning how many deliveries, how many babies have you caught. So it's academic requirements and it was also catches. Met all of those, and then I was like, yeah, I want to do this. And for me, it was just because I didn't like the legalities around how things were being, not even the legal, just the politics around it. Back then, midwives weren't being, you could practice, but then there was like all these loopholes, and midwives weren't being thoroughly protected. And me being the only Black girl and the only other Black woman that I knew at the time, who also was my midwifery partner, when I tell you, they made it hard for her to pass her exam. And I was just like, I can't afford, being a single mother of 3 people, my kids, to potentially lose my license that I worked so hard for. So what I did was I took everything that I learned as a midwife and I brought it back into the doula world, and had a successful practice for many, 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 many years. And now everything that the NBDA is a foundation of is all of that. It's a cumulation of all of that. The accuracy oh yeah. Hi, Miss Cassie lady. Hello. So I hope that answers your question. Hi, Birth Matters New York. I hope that answers your question, but it takes about 2 to 3 years to really, it depends on your level of commitment. It also depends on if you are going into a school. I know Utah has a school. One of the longest lasting schools that I actually wanted to attend was Maternal La Luz in Texas, which is like, you have to speak fluent Spanish to be in there. But baby, when I tell you, that's one of the best places, at least at the time for me, that I was like, oh my God, to train at Maternal La Luz would have been a dream. I couldn't because I had children, and speaking Spanish was not a requirement at that time. I know it is now, but it's because they're on the border of Mexico, and a lot of the women from Juarez, Mexico come up and have their baby and then they go back. So you want to be able to communicate with the clients. Y'all making me work today. Y'all make me. I have talked so much because I taught this morning, and now we getting in. But I love it. Please let me answer your questions. Hi, Labor with Love, Lydia. Is that you? Miss you, Lydia. Um. Um. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Who? Nicole? Do you really want to join my video? So before I enter, let you in. Just make sure that you're actually requesting. I will gladly let you in if you want to join. Just want to make sure before I accept. Miss you, Lydia. I was actually just thinking about you today. So I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I would have a hard time getting certified if I'm in Dallas. What do you mean? Or would I have a hard time getting certified? What do you mean? Why would you have with the NBDA? No, you wouldn't have a hard time. If you were trying to get certified as a doula, absolutely not. Why would you have a hard time? Why would you have a hard time? Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you in. Um, whew. Um, Hi.
Hi. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I think my pod just kicked me out when we transferred over. So y'all ladies have to forgive me. I'm actually outside right now. I'm out on lunch taking advantage of this New York fall weather. So I'm gonna make this brief because I'll be surprised if a truck goes rolling by making noise. But I wanted to get on to just acknowledge you, Tracie, because
Me.
so I am now 2 years in as a doula. But I've always had the background working in maternal care, working with Black and Spanish families, since working with like some of the New York public hospitals. And I guess you could say like it's cliche. My calling was the same thing. Like I felt like I was meant to do more. And it
Mm-hmm.
was just like a conversation that I had with somebody that put me in that headspace to be like, all right, I need to do this. Like it is definitely my time. And I did it during COVID. So even though I didn't have the opportunity to do it through your organization, I just wanted to acknowledge you that with me signing up in your directory, I have gotten so many clients
Yeah.
and I have had the opportunity to work with so many people doing research studies with Black doula care, maternal care. And there have been some doctors that have reached out to me, inquiring about, wanting to work together on certain like projects. So I just wanted to acknowledge you, like get on in person and just like say
Uh,
just yes to your organization. Like it's a great platform. And if it's anybody on here who is considering being a doula, even if you started the process and you haven't gone the way of NBDA, still get up on the directory, still stay current to what, Tracie and her team is putting out there because it's a wealth of knowledge and it's really helped me personally.
oh, good. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna save this live. We're gonna like make sure we turn this into a reel because I just was like, we need some like testimonials. I was like, because people will tell us like, oh, privately, but to hear it publicly, I think it just really
Yes.
affirms. Because when I tell you, we be going in behind the scenes like hard, and I'd be like, what else do we need to do? So like for people to get it, and just for you to come on here and just say that, it just for me, it just means the world to me. So I really, really appreciate it.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, like, and it's wild too because I actually had somebody reach out to me the other day. Another person who's in a field that she knows but is unhappy with,
Mhm.
and she feels like doula work is her calling. And she said that she went through your website, and she came across me. She was shooting her shot with doulas, waiting for people to respond back, and me and her now have connected, and we're working together. And I told her about the organization. So, like I said, I just wanted to acknowledge you in person. And actually, I mean, I know you have like a million and one things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, but I also tend to plug in a lot of the stories on the Facebook website. Like I'm always the one that's like plugging this story, that story, whatever. So if
Thank
you've ever
you.
come across it, you're probably like, who is this Fruits of Labor? That's me. I'm Fruits of Labor Doula Services. But so yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge you in person and just say thank you.
Thank
And
you.
honestly, like you are definitely somebody worth looking up to. And like honestly, like you inspire me. Like I work at Mount Sinai. I'm actually at my hospital now, and one of the nurses, an RN who works in, gynecology, oncology, she wants to work as basically, I guess you could say, a sexologist, because
Hmm.
as we have patients who undergo certain cancer issues, and sex is a
Right.
topic. And so she wants to do
Yeah.
more. She wants to give back more. And you were the first person I plugged her into. So
Oh, thank
yeah,
you. Oh,
yeah,
thank you so much. And we have a training coming up for the sex doula training that's
October.
happening starting. Yeah, so in January. Oh, good. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much. And let
yes,
me say this too, since you are doing all of this, we do have an affiliate program. So where you can at least, if people use your code because you're a member, people
mm-hmm.
can use your code and sign up. If they sign up, you'll get a percentage back. I think it's like a 5% kickback.
Right,
So
yes, mm-hmm.
if you are interested or if you want to sign up, just send an email and
Okay,
Kayla will be sure to get that information to you. So that way you can get, you can get a little bit more
yes,
incentivized because
yes.
it seems like
A little
you're
coin, a
doing,
little extra coin doesn't hurt nobody.
yeah. So I mean,
Yes,
it's just a win-win situation for everybody. So when people sign up, if they hear it through you, they can use your code and you can put that on your
yeah,
website. You can put
mm-hmm.
that, anywhere.
Yeah. So, but it was a pleasure. Like I said, I'm
Mhm.
actually out for lunch right now, so
Thank
I'm
you.
going to
Okay,
get
okay,
something
go
to eat.
back to work.
But I
Don't
want
be
to
like,
show
well,
some
Tracy got
love.
me
Thank
fired.
you.
Don't do
Have a
that.
good one.
You too. Bye. Uh, okay. Okay, so let me read this. Thank you guys so much for that. It just makes me like feel like okay, something is working right. I moved into Texas in 2023. I will be continuing my work as a doula and pursuing getting my midwifery license. Congratulations to you. Um, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. That's all I'm doing, y'all. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. So I am actually gonna hop off because I got all these clothes to put away. I have all these clothes to put away, and I don't know if Honey just came back home or not. But I thank you guys so much for being in here. If you guys have any questions, please always consider us a resource. You can email us through NBD, blackdoulas.org. You don't have to be Black to train with us, just for people do ask for that. But I do prefer for people to ask who aren't Black, just out of respect. But thank you so much. I stalked Tracie for a year before signing up. You did, but it was a good match, Lo. It was a good match. And Lo, you asked good questions too. I remember. Okay, let me go. Focus, Tracie, focus, because y'all will come in with the questions and then I'll just be off on a tangent. But I'm gonna give my voice a break because I was teaching and my throat is actually starting to get a little exhausted. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming in and just sharing the testimonial. Because when I tell you, I need the encouragement too, y'all. So I appreciate it. I love y'all and I'll talk to you later. Bye.